Nietzsche lives strong like a superhero. What if being a good person does not always mean being gentle, quiet, or obedient? And what if strength sometimes looks more like standing tall inside your own messy thoughts than following a rulebook someone else wrote long ago? This surprising idea feels like a thunderclap, and it is exactly where Nietzsche would grin mischievously, wondering why so many people are taught to shrink themselves instead of learning how to grow. Imagine a world where everyone copies the same moves, says the same things, and agrees just to stay safe, because Nietzsche worried that too much comfort might slowly turn brave humans into sleepy shadows. At first this sounds scary, since rules feel protective like helmets, yet Nietzsche asked whether helmets can also stop people from looking up at the sky. He noticed that people often follow ideas not because they truly believe them, but because those ideas feel familiar, cozy, and approved by the crowd. This creates a quiet puzzle, because being liked feels wonderful, yet being yourself sometimes means stepping off the well-lit path into foggy spaces where opinions clash loudly. Nietzsche loved asking whether strength means pushing others down, or whether real strength means shaping your own values without copying them from posters and slogans. Kids can feel this when they pretend to like something popular, while a small voice inside whispers that something else feels more exciting and true. That whisper matters to Nietzsche because he believed life should be created, not copied like homework answers passed under a desk. He talked about becoming more, which sounds heroic, but it also sounds tiring, since growing means facing mistakes instead of hiding behind excuses. In superhero stories, powers usually appear suddenly, yet Nietzsche imagined strength as something slowly trained through challenges, curiosity, and courage. This idea feels uncomfortable because challenges do not ask permission before showing up, and courage is not always wear shiny costumes. Nietzsche worried that always avoiding discomfort might teach people to avoid life itself, even while smiling politely and following every rule. Kids understand this when learning something difficult, since quitting feels easier, but finishing brings a different kind of proud energy. He wondered whether suffering is only bad, or whether it can secretly build muscles inside the mind the way exercise builds muscles inside the body. This creates tension, because nobody wants pain, yet nobody grows by staying perfectly safe forever. Nietzsche did not cheer for cruelty, even though people sometimes misunderstand him, because strength without kindness can collapse into emptiness. Instead, he questioned whether kindness that comes from fear is truly kind, or whether it is just obedience wearing a friendly mask. Imagine helping someone only because you feel forced, which looks nice on the outside, yet feels hollow inside. Nietzsche preferred actions that rise from choice, where energy flows naturally instead of being squeezed out by guilt. He believed life is like climbing a mountain without a map, where the view depends on how brave you are about choosing your own route. This scares some people because maps feel safe, yet Nietzsche suspected that safety alone might not make life meaningful. Kids can sense this when games become boring once every move is predictable and nothing new can happen. Nietzsche talked about becoming who you are, which sounds strange because how can you become something you already are? That mystery stays open because growing often reveals hidden sides of ourselves that were always there, waiting quietly. He challenged old ideas about good and bad, asking whether they serve life or simply keep things tidy. This makes thinking wobble, because tidy rules feel comforting, yet comfort can also become a cage. Nietzsche imagined humans as creators, like artists painting themselves over time, rather than statues frozen by tradition. Painting yourself is messy because mistakes happen, colors spill, and opinions splash around unexpectedly. Still, this mess is alive, while perfection can feel strangely empty and quiet. Nietzsche disliked the idea of living small just to avoid standing out, because small lives waste big possibilities. Kids notice this when they hide talents to avoid teasing, even though something inside wants to shine brightly. He believes saying yes to life includes saying yes to hard parts, confusing parts, and unfinished parts. This belief feels risky because unfinished things look sloppy, yet life rarely wraps itself neatly. Nietzsche's thinking splits into two paths, because strength can inspire courage, or it can turn into selfishness if misunderstood. That danger keeps the question alive instead of tying it up too quickly. He did not ask everyone to agree, because agreement ends exploration. Instead, he invited readers to wrestle with ideas like playful giants, testing how strong their thoughts really are. Kids might feel excited and uneasy at the same time because questioning rules means growing up inside the mind. Nietzsche's superhero is not perfect, not always kind, and not always certain, yet still keeps moving forward. This hero learns by failing, questions by doubting, and lives by choosing rather than hiding. The story does not say what strength must look like because that choice belongs to each person. As the curtain falls, the question still echoes, asking whether living strong means following paths or daring to draw on new ones. That echo invites thinking, trying, and rethinking, which keeps life flexible instead of locked. And somewhere between comfort and courage, Nietzsche waits patiently, curious to see which kind of hero each reader decides to become.